Good evening, YouTube. Old Rusty here again today to not bring you another wonderful farm. Today we're here to address some causes of concern, besides the donkeys behind me. And that is I am apparently at 993 subscribers. I looked. I'm 7 away from hitting 1,000. 1,000 of you people with very questionable tastes subscribing to a very questionable channel with rants. And I thought, if I'm going to make a video and I'm going out on 1,000, what am I going to do? And well, you know what? I'm going to talk about meadows today. Not a farm, not some really crazy mechanic, just meadows. Now, one could argue with a certain amount of accuracy that of all the overworld biomes, this is in fact my favorite. That is true. Many reasons why. I have definitely built a few farms in here. I consider it to be the most technically challenging passive cooked mob farm to build in the meadows, for of course the sheep. But I want to share this in my opinions, besides just that. What do we have going on there? A cute little rabbit. So we'll start with this little buddy right here. So a meadows generates up high, and it's basically a plains. And for the record, I loathe plains. Like, look at it. All that wide open space with villages. That's 2 of them here. This seed doesn't matter. And mostly look at the grass. It's just, it's gross. And then look at the meadows. And this is like, you know what? This is the kind of place that I could call my home. If you find the right area, I can get some awesome snow over there. I can get down to oceans down there if I wanted. You could find meadows all over the place. I checked the wiki. They cover about 1.5% of the world. But you know what? They're the most common mountain biome. And I would say the best mountain biome. So what do we have going on here for our meadows? Let's talk about why it's unique. One, rabbits can spawn here. Rabbits have a 40% chance of spawning. I mean, it's not like desert and cold beaches level, but it's definitely better than a taiga. You want some bunnies? It's not bad. But the meadows also happens to hold the record for both the noble donkey. The noble donkey has a 20% spawn weight in the meadows. It is, in fact, I know, buddy, like, you know what? Let's give him some food because he gave us a happy chime. What do they eat? They eat carrots. Here you go. There we go. We're going to give him a lot of food. I digress. 20% chance. That is the highest in the game if you're looking for a donkey. And you know what else? Of course, everyone's favorite. Cooked sheep. Well, I mean, we haven't cooked it yet. We'll get to that. Hold on. And there we go. So again, the sheep, 40% chance to spawn in the meadow. You can shear it if you want, or you can cook it for food. Look, you see. Here's what you need to keep in mind. It's cooked because it's good. I digress. So that covers your unique passive mobs here. Now, in the realm of hostile mobs, I wish I could say there was something unique going on here, but there really isn't. Like, look, you get your standard creepers, you get your skeletons, you get your zombies, your zombie villagers. Like, that's everything. There's nothing unique about meadows when it comes to the hostile mobs. Now, other things that can generate in the meadows, besides flaming zombies, of course. You can get your pumpkins. What about structures? Well, there's 2 in the game. The meadows is in fact the highest place in the game that a village can generate. I looked around trying to find one. I gave up. It's fine. I've seen them before. I'm not saying it's a very common thing, but if you want an up-high village, Meadows is a good place to go. And also you can get outposts. But I mean, mostly, look at this. Like, just look at this. Like, if you're just going for a view, I mean, you're going to do a lot worse than this. That cool, colored kind of... Is it fall? No, it's just, it's always cold here. Just a little bit. And it looks beautiful. You can get yourself a nice vista going. Ah, yes, I forgot about the bees. So, in fact, in a meadows, trees, birches, only birches and oak will spawn. But when they do, and they do it rarely, granted, every single tree that generates in a meadows, only upon generation, this does not include you planting it, will generate bees. So you can go in a forest and you can find a lot more bees with a 5% chance per tree that it's going to do it. Or you go to a meadows and hey, look, there's a tree and there's some bees. Now, when I say you have to get around, well, again, there's a tree over there and there's one way over here. But again, I have bees. Is it a walk? I mean, one could argue. What does this have advantages of over planes? Well, I mean, planes are garbage. And planes have horses. And well, you know what? If you're the type of person that enjoys collecting horses and riding them, or you want to sit there and make an inferior beast of burden with a mule, I mean, go ahead. But here's the thing. All you need is the noble donkey. Like, have you ever really paid attention to the donkey? Because two things can be done with this animal, this wonderful animal. And one is that and that. Now, what do you get here? Is this the fastest way to travel around? Absolutely not. But I've got a chest. I've got a chest with 15 slots here. Yeah, I mean, you could just take that, llamas. And it's fast. It's not the fastest. But if you're sitting here wondering, well, you know, I don't want to be jumping all this much. Well, you know, that donkey gets around real quick. And okay, yeah, it looks really funny in third person. I like, Mojang fixed this. But the rest of the time... Oh, they can take such good damage. Oh, my donkeys. My donkeys, I'm about to die. I didn't say that I was, you know. Ugh. You know what? Now I feel bad. We're gonna fix that. Much better. Now, I'm not saying the donkey is the fastest end-all be-all, you know, animal here. I mean, it isn't. It isn't by a long shot. But you could do worse. Come on. But I digress. So again, the meadows. What do you get out of it? You get donkeys to move around rapidly and help you move up and down. You can end up with some really good vistas of all sorts of mountains. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's not. You can get villagers up here. You get your pumpkins. Ah, more donkeys. Oh, the donkey is mad. ruined portals will also spawn here. I mean, this is worth it right here. Like, and of course the sheep. So, this is, I would say, my favorite overworld biome. I mean, you know, it doesn't have the spawn weights of creepers, like frozen oceans and ice spikes when I want to build that. It certainly doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff. There's not a lot of wood. You could argue that cherry or, well, you know what, that's actually a pale oak over there. Pale oak's got that weird fog going, rivers and all that, but at the end of the day, isn't the whole point that you just want a nice place to build a base and look? Consider the meadow. Mostly because you can take some of the cutest critters in the game, that being bees, and put them to work for some honey. And you can take the noble donkey and have your mounts with a chest and move all the way up and down as you need to, and it's fantastic. And of course the sheep, oh, I want infinite beds. Well, you can get infinite beds. More importantly, come on, you can cook it to death for food. Because here's what no one wants: steak. I mean, I guess you could go to a mushroom island, but honestly, no one's going and thinking to themselves, man, I'm gonna go build me a cooked steak farm in the plains. Except maybe one person. You know who you are. That's it. Old Rusty's Meadows Mania rant, because I'm nearly at 1,000 subs for some reason. Here, we're gonna now do something terrible to try and fix this travesty currently developing on my channel. Let's just roll through some here. I recall once that someone said, I disliked your video because, what was it? Yes, there we go. A cat. I did that. Unsubscribe. Let's see what else can we do here. We have, oh, the panda. I got all day. You know what? I'm gonna do one more. Oh, I shouldn't. All right, I'm done. So, if you continue to subscribe to this channel, I will continue to mulch my way through passive mobs. I already did bees. I've done cats. But here's a question. Have you ever considered a stacked string farm? Everyone's always going on about stacked iron farms. Well, what if I just stack enough villagers to max out the cat caps for more string? You know how this is going to go. So 2 things to take from this video. Besides, I have no ideas left. Go build in a meadows, and if you don't unsubscribe, I will continue. Old Rusty out!